Turkey was going to allow Iraqi Peshmerga fighters to access Syria via their territory, but coalition forces will still not be allowed to use their air bases unless the international effort against Islamic State also targets the regime of Syria's President Bashar al-Assad. Here is a taster of what the Prime Minister said.
If Turkish military intervenes Kobane, I am sure many of these media or international parties will criticize Turkey as if we are intervening to another country. The only way to help Kobane, since other countries don't want to use ground troops, is sending Peshmerga. Peshmerga is part of the Iraqi army and Free Syrian Army. If ISIS leaves, regime should not come. If ISIS leaves, PKK terrorists should not come. If ISIS is being eliminated, brutal massacres should not continue. So there is a need of integrated strategy. We will help any forces, any coalition, if we have a common understanding to have a new pluralistic democratic Syria.
Let's speak to Hiwa Osman. He's a Kurdish journalist and a former spokesman for the Iraqi President Jalal Talabani, and he joins us now from Erbil. What's your reaction to what the Prime Minister said, Hiwa?
Well, I find what he said rather misleading, unfortunately. I mean, I wasn't expecting Mr. Davutoğlu to say this. First of all, nobody has asked Turkey for ground troops to enter Kobane. Turkey is asked to open the borders to allow Kurdish fighters to enter, and they have been stalling for over a month now, with a near genocide being committed on the ground in the areas that ISIS is controlling in Kobane. What I find rather disturbing, to find a neighboring country like Turkey not to be able to make the distinction between a group like ISIS and a group like the PKK that is fighting ISIS. Their girls and boys are fighting ISIS tooth and nail.
So what exactly would you like the Turkish government to be doing then?
Well, Turkey should firstly open its borders and allow the Kurdish fighters on both sides of the border to go and help and aid the fighters on the ground. The fighters on the ground, the girls and boys who are fighting ISIS now, are not asking for troops. They are asking for heavy weapons, similar to those that ISIS has. ISIS is having a lot of, they have a lot of American weapons that they seized from Iraq. They have a lot of backing. They infiltrate into Syria from Turkey and other sides of the border. Now, all of this has made is slightly tipping the balance, but still the people on the ground in Kobane are saying that ISIS is fighting with their weapons and we are fighting with our will. But this is not enough.
But you know, when he makes the point that, listen, if you wanted to retake Kobane, what exactly do you mean? Do you mean that, you know, to secure the people there because the people there have actually left and they're in good hands?
It's not an issue of just retaking just this one city. It is an issue of ending this terror group that is a threat to everybody. To be honest, I find it rather surprising that a country like Turkey is not feeling threatened by a group like ISIS. By one day they equate it to the PKK group that is fighting ISIS, another day they equate it to the Assad regime,
right,
where they are not seeing, or they are deliberately, I think, not seeing the international threat of such group.
Okay, let's leave it there, Hiwa. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Thank you very much for sharing your perspective with us. He's a Kurdish journalist and a former spokesman for the Iraqi president.